What I think on Etna is important is the lava flow where your vineyard lays, because that makes the difference from me and from my little experience. In fact, we are now at Salvatore Vineyard, which is on the eruption dated around 2,000 years ago, where on my back maybe you can see San Nicolò, which is nearly 12,000 years eruption. So the wine we produce from San Nicolò is completely different from the wine we produce in this vineyard here. The same grape variety, the same vinification process, but 300 meters, everything changed. And that is the beauty of Etna, where it is not just to say north side, east side or south side, but where your vineyard is located, on which lava flow, what mineral got into your soil. Soil, of course, but soil. I think Burgundy is the Etna of the north. Let me joke about this, but I mean, there is a very good similarity of that. In fact, in Burgundy, you can have a piece of land where you can produce a bottle and sell for 18,000 euro, and the next one you can only sell for maybe 300 euro. So that makes the difference, like it makes difference here on Etna. If you are lucky, you got a very good vineyard, therefore you can produce a good wine. Otherwise, maybe not so much. Watch the soil, which is ash, sand, volcanic ash. So it's very drained. If you threw a bucket of water, it will disappear immediately. So what we do to help the vines to survive even in the hot season is we call sconcare. So we dig all around the vine, cut the superficial roots and force the other to go deep where they found the water. The influence of the sea is very important, not because we can smell the sea. 18 kilometers is too far for it, but during the day there is the hot air that comes from the sea and goes up to Mount Etna. So this breeze constantly every day. At night the opposite happens, so the cold air goes back down to the sea. So this ventilation, it's enough to prevent lots of disease or mold or something. And in fact here we just treat the vines 3-4 times per year, not per month like the other region. Not because we are good, but because we are lucky. Something that's always said, you make wine in the vineyard, not in the cellar. And this is a rule number one. Because if you produce a great fruit, then you can eventually make a great wine. Okay, but somebody say you can make wine also with grapes, but this is not a matter. We try to have the best fruit ever in the vineyard and do a little thing in the cellar. When I say little thing, not using any other stuff than a bit of sulfite, just be clean, do this stuff in order not to destroy it 1 year of working for the people that made this fruit. That's it. My philosophy about viniculture is to respect the nature. People say, are you organic? And I tell a little joke, a little story. Say, look, the other day I went to buy the fertilizer in this warehouse, and the lady there very kindly say, you know, Mr. Biondi, if you want some product that are not ecological friendly, you can buy, and I can put in the invoice like biologic things. I mean, it's a joke. So the only thing you can trust is the person who made the wine. All the paperwork, all the bureaucracy, it's just full, because you can make any rule and then find a loophole for it. So just trust the wine producer. This is the only thing. And then again, you want to have my certification, come in the vineyard in the summer, you see all the ladybirds, butterfly and spider living happily in the vineyard. Get a piece of soil and smell it. You can smell life, not dead sand. Palmento. What is palmento? Palmento, the etymology of the word comes from the Latin word pavimentum, where it was the floor, where the Roman pressed with their feet the grapes in order to make the wine. My first memory, when I was 4, was inside the palmento, stamping with my rubber boots always too low to the level of the juice, or get inside my feet and stick. I had my sticky foot. So this is my first memory. After I said that, for me now the palmento is like an archaeological thing, and I don't go to Agrigento to see the temple to worship Zeus or another god, but just to see a piece of art of other time. So it's better to keep this palmento. From my personal point of view, probably I'm wrong, but I will never experience make wine in that place, because if I know that if that people have the tools we got now, they didn't think twice to abandon and make a quality wine like we do now. Describing the Nerello Mascalese on Etna, I will tell you a little story. My nephew, which is now 35, and he started working with us when he was 18, in the vineyard with the workers, doing the very, very hard work. So now and then I will tell Manfredi, okay, tonight we go out for dinner so we can drink some wine, and you will start to learn how to drink wine, what means wine, and so on. So we had a bottle of Etna, therefore Nerello Mascalese, and I said to Manfredi, okay, put your nose in the glass and immediately tell what you smell into it. He replied, it's the same smell I smell when of the land. The soil, it smells exactly the same. So that is the minerality and the I don't know, the together with the acidity, and makes this wine great. Caricante gave this great minerality, great acidity on Etna, and makes this wine can be aged for many years. And we had experience of like 20 years of this wine, and you can see in the years it turned into honey scent and be more complex. So it will be interesting in few years time to taste all vintages of Etna whites and be surprised of it. Albarello is a way of train the vines here on Etna, probably since the Greek or the Romans. So what we do, we use a chestnut pole, like this one, which the vines then grows on it, and they will support all the branches. The good thing is that it's all ventilated, so there is no barrier, and you can go all around the vines, not just on the row with the wires in the middle. And of course it's more expensive, but we found, I won't believe that is the best way to make a quality wine. The typical vineyards on Etna is not only grapes, but in the vineyard you found pears, peaches, cherry trees, apricots, and so on, some olive trees as well. And it's, I think, in the past people were trying to get other income rather than only grapes. But this is something for me very important, because the biodiversity. So when people say, well, I smell cherry, and you got cherry trees in your vineyard, you related the two things together. And maybe it's not be proved that by science, but who cares about science? We make wine with alchemy, not with science, with the chemistry. We got 3 different vineyards. Where we are now, it's Cisterna Fuori. Then there is Chianta, where we produce mainly the white, and San Nicolò. San Nicolò is a beautiful vineyard laid on the side of the spent craters, Monte San Nicolò. The original part was, they used to belong to my great aunt, the sister of my grandfather, which was a great person with a big sense of humor. She died nearly 100, and she was very young in the spirit. it was a great person. Never got married. Once she was dating with a guy who once had a very bad idea to brought a fish and told her, take the fish and cook. So she took the fish, put her under his armpit and showed the way to go. So when we decided to replant San Nicolò, thinking of Ziangelina, I said to Seth, I don't know, it's crazy to say, but you'll see that from this vineyard, thanks to Ziangelina, we will produce a great wine. And apparently I was right. The future on Etna, well, my big defect is it's eternal positive. So I can only think for the best on Etna. So of course they will be changing, there are things, but the land is as it is, cannot be changed completely. You cannot tear apart this place and produce another kind of training or put another kind of vines and produce another kind of super Etna. I don't think they will get there.